So, I know it says an alien radio signal hunt. Hold on. I know it says an alien radio signal hunt, but it's not. It's a Skywatch today. It's another clear night. So let's take advantage of that and see a few more stars again tonight. So let's get ourselves live everywhere else as well. Da, 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 da. So, hello! Yes, we are doing a live Skywatch tonight. So we're looking out for the strange and anomalous in the night skies tonight, live over Wiltshire in the UK, which is right in the heart of Crop Circle country, and just down the road from Stonehenge. So these are the skies to be watching for the strange and anomalous. And we're seeing a few more stars, because that moon has been up, and it's still up now, and it's blocking a little bit of our night vision, but we can see so many stars, more stars in this patch of skies. Some of the colours of those are absolutely stunning, so do let us know if you spot anything strange there. We tend to see at least one thing that is anomalous, that is not a satellite, that is not a weather-related phenomena there every time we stream. So yeah, also say hello if you're new here. Love to hear from you there, where you're watching from, and also if you've experienced anything strange in the night sky yourself there as well. But we are doing a live UFO UAP Skywatch tonight. We scroll up there. Yeah, so we're currently pointing, I think, pretty much directly south there, and you can see Orion just here. That's the belt there. That's his sword. These are the top bits of it. Now, this one's of interest. This is Betelgeuse, or Betelgeuse there, and that's one of the stars that they do think could go supernova within our lifetime there. Could explode, and if it does, it'll be so bright that it will make the night sky there for a few weeks look like daylight. Now, let's zoom in on some of these ones up here, because they're stunning.
Zoom mode activated.
Look at the colours coming in. It changes you can, but look at the greens and the reds on that there. Some of these, can you see? Oh no, they're behind me for you. But look at these, some of the reds and the purples on some of these distant stars there. So look at the purple on that one as well. Let's zoom in, see if we can. Oh no, a bit more this way. Look how purple that one is as well. Carl's in. How are we doing, Carl? How was your weekend gone? Are you ready and excited for the week ahead? So yes, we have been blessed with a really clear night tonight. Jan as well, welcome aboard there. Thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight? Guys, if you're new here, do make sure you're following, because we do something like this every night. If it's a clear sky, we're doing this, the live alien radios, the live UFO UAP Skywatch. If it's a cloudy night, as we thought it was going to be, we do an alien radio signal hunt there. We've got a very large dish antenna there that points towards the stars and hoping to hear ET say hello. Or if the moon is up full, we do a moon watch there, talk about some of the weird sightings that have been seen on, off and around the moon there. So do make sure you're joining us for those. And JR as well, welcome aboard. Thank you for following. Where are you joining us from tonight there? Did you get to many quadrants last night? Oh, the yeah, so we are still technically in the meteor shower, aren't we? And we did, I think, God, I don't know if it was 6, 7, might have even been more there, but there were some stunning meteors that came in there. You see them shooting across the screen. We got one that was just perfectly framed there, absolutely stunning. So you don't necessarily need the aliens. Nature puts on a stunning show for us, and I'm sure we're going to see more of that tonight there. And Rio, how are you doing? Good to see you in. Your weekend going well there? And weekend was okay. Was yours? It was all right. Yeah, got a lot done in the end. Hello, Simon. How are you doing? Happy New Year, if we haven't said it already, and thank you for the heart there, appreciate that. All of the gift subs, the patrons do go back into the stream. Texas, JR, I think you might be our first viewer from Texas. I do like a bit of Texas myself. I would love to live there. Some of the landscapes and the skies you've got. Have you ever seen anything strange in those skies? There, Astra's in. Good evening there. It's blizzard in Aberdeen. That's coming down this way, apparently. Apparently it's on its way down, so keep your blizzard. You'll have lovely sunny weather and clear skies when we get the full snowstorm there. Xena is in as well over on the tubes. How are you doing, Xena? Good to see you in, guys. You can see the full screen there, the horizontal view, see a bit more of the sky at the Thing UFO on both of those places. We're streaming there as well. There. But we have been I thought it was going to be a radio signal hunt today, so that's what I scheduled, because I thought we've had a few clear nights, there's no way we're going to get another one. And the weather was like, no, there's clouds coming in. Even just before we got live there, it was cloudy, and I'm like, and it's done the reverse. Normally it catches us out, and then we end up having to put the camera away before it gets rained on. But no, tonight it's round the other way, which is good. you know, so we're getting some extra stars in shot there on extra Skywatch. I do love to look at the older night skies there. Sanny's in. How are we doing that? It's -3. I think it's about that here now. I think it's about that here, but it's meant to be like -5 or 6. And we've got Pete, our partner in crime, is going to come over Tuesday night there. So if it's a clear sky, we will be on location in -5 degrees there, freezing us on top of probably a 9H hill fort. Again, they're doing a live on location Skywatch just like this, but we'll be doing it from one of the hotspots where all of the old school UFO hunters used to have their sightings in the old 60s and 70s there. If it is cloudy and actually snowing, we won't be able to do a Skywatch, so we'll have to see what we do instead there. Nemo's in. How you doing? Thank you for the heart there. Appreciate that, guys. It goes back into the screen. How's Alan? Alan's all right. Excuse me, he's not been fed yet, so, you know, he won't show himself. You know what Alan's like. There, Astra as well, thank you for the likes. Appreciate that. All those likes and those shares, guys, they really do help us reach more and more like-minded people there. The more eyes and minds we get on the phenomena there, the more we can all piece this puzzle together. Oh, Carl, thank you for feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom, thanks, guys.
He was looking at me there, so we appreciate the... Appreciate all those likes and shares there as well. Sandy's in. Agent X is in. How are you guys doing tonight? I'm okay, but still insane. Well, we're Xena. We're all here. That's what we're all here there. Any tips? Only for being more insane. I'm the one who spends his evenings sitting in a bright green room looking up at the night sky, so you're not going to get any sanity tips from me. We're doing A up as well. I'm reading one of your Substack articles. I'm only halfway through at the minute, but it pops up today and I thought that looked like a good read there. Look at some of the ones we've got. Look at the colours on these ones over here. Pinch to zoom, guys. Have a look at these. Amazing. I don't know if you can see. Can you see down there? Yeah, you should be able to see that on the old on the TikTok as well. But that's the Sword of Orion. That one's the Nebula, the Orion Nebula there. Very, very interesting there. Planets in the solar system. Talking about Jupiter, I think, at the minute. That's when I've started that one. I think it was today's. Well, it was definitely come up today. I think I got the email today, and I went, "Oh!" So that's the one. The history of the planets, not the history of the planets, but yeah, at the minute that's what it's covering. It's interest into that a bit there. If you are just joining us, we're doing a live UFO UAP Skywatch. And these are the skies live from Wiltshire in the UK, which, if you know, is right in the heart of crop circle country. This is where most of those happen. We had one just outside of town a few months back as well. There, we're just down the road from Stonehenge, and Glastonbury isn't too far in the other direction there. So we're right in the middle of a very ancient and mystical landscape here. Lots of activity. These are the skies to be watching for the phenomena. So do make sure you are following. So we do something like this pretty much every night. So clear skies, it's the live UFO UAP Skywatch, and it's a good night sky tonight, but it's not the best because that moon is up full. Then you know, that moon's up full, it's affecting our night vision. That is what it normally looks like. So compare that with the actual sky now. We normally see so much more, but it's plenty good enough for us to oh, sorry, I'm pressing all the buttons. Plenty good enough for us to see those things in orbit there, or within our atmosphere, the UFOs that could be of interest there as well. So yeah, we're always doing something, or a moon watch with the moon's up full there, and if it's cloudy, we do an alien radio signal hunt there, hoping to hear a message coming in from amongst the stars. So yeah, make sure you're following. Hopefully you'll get those notifications when we go live there. And thank you for the rose, Tick Tick. How are you doing? And let me scroll through to the chat. The Jupiter one, that was it. And Leroy, where's the grid gone? Sadly, TikTok doesn't have it. It was on there a second ago, but it lasts for like a second, and then just TikTok gets rid of it. And I have no idea why. I've tried re-uploading it. Yeah, no, it's not having it. Yeah, I have no idea why it's having a cycle. If I turn it off, back on, yeah, nah, ain't having it. TikTok is a weird beast there, which is a bit frustrating because that grid is helpful for us to identify what is going on where in the sky, and we can zoom in on the good stuff there. But we do have the grid over on those ones as well. For some reason, there's no issues over there. Plus, you get to see a horizontal view and a little bit more of the night sky, which is important there. I'm so glad the moon is now waning. I might actually get some sleep tonight. I mean, I was just worried about, like, you know, it's affecting our night vision for our sky, which I love the moon. I think it's stunning, but a couple of days is enough a month. They are having to kind of keep moving the lens around, keeping up with the Earth's rotation on the moon is a right pain. So yeah, I'm ready for the moon to go back down now, which it is, and we are starting to get a few more stars in shot. Absolutely stunning there, but let alone those effects that it has on us sort of physically and mentally as well. Then Happy New Year, Pluto. How are you doing? Did you have a good one there as well? And Where's Marcus? Hello, Marcus, if I haven't said hello already there as well. And Agent X, thank you for the heart, matey. How are you doing there? I want to go to the Arcturus cluster. I'm sick of this space already there. Arcturus, we did used to point the camera over Arcturus's way, didn't we? Not for a while there, obviously, with the seasons and the night sky moving around. The best angle that we have, which is normally directly south for us. You're not over the town there, you don't get much light pollution, so that's what we're pointing to directly today. We can see the Orion constellation there just above the gold if you're on TikTok there. And oh, Marcus as well, thank you for feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom, thanks guys.
How are you doing there? It's only full for a couple of days, but it's feels like it's been bright for a week, like mostly full or full enough. You know, it's just been at the right times for us there. Oh, Pluto, missed the moon stuff. Is it a real pain? And it goes out of shot so quickly. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the issues that we have here. So I've got a little motorized head here, so we can point the camera. I don't know if I do it now. If it wants to move, there you go, when it wants to connect or not. We can move it around, but it's a manual one, and the connection isn't good, so you press it and then it won't do anything. So you press it again in frustration, then it zooms off somewhere else, and obviously you've really zoomed in on the moon there, so any slight movements jump and you're constantly moving it, so it's a pain to do. But the moon does look stunning and surprising what you can get without a telescope. There, I mean, literally, like, that is what the moon looks like. In fact, I think we've actually got it a little bit clearer as well. But it's amazing you can get that with a camera and actually a pretty cheap lens. There, Rio just saw a flash next to the cut. Damn it, I've just moved it before I read that one. Sorry, there, Rio. So I imagine it'll probably have been, because we moved it this way, so around this area, which actually I think is where we had been seeing the strange flash previously. How are we doing, Phase, as well? Marcus loving the feed him stickers there. The moon and the beehive cluster are nearby each other tonight, so the moon is just off that way. Well, for you guys, it's just straight up there on TikTok, and it's to the left if you're on the other ones there. And good New Year. Thanks, Anne. Was in Somerset, but drove back today. Glad to be home. Oh, Somerset, you were literally just down the road from us there. Do you see anything strange whilst you've been in the area? It's incredible. Oh, it is always stunning to see. Again, once we've waited the whole month, so you're excited to see the moon again, and then it comes around, comes in shot. You're just like, seeing all the craters, especially when it's not quite full as well. That's when you get the shadows, so you can really see the craters, and it gives it texture. And I just find that amazing. So the full moon is all right there, but when you see those craters and the texture, absolutely stunning there. So guys, if you are just joining us, we're doing a live UAP Skywatch tonight, but also we're in the middle of a meteor shower, so I'm sure we'll see a few more shooting stars. We saw quite a few last night, and they are absolutely stunning when they come up across the screen there. But also looking for the strange and anomalous, so let us know when you spot something like that, and we can zoom in on the good stuff there. And Carol, thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight? Where in the world? And guys, if you've had an experience that you'd like to share, feel free, or if you've got any questions about what we're doing, the latest UFO news, anything like that, do ask away, or tell your stories there. We'd love to hear about them. And any questions, there's a good opportunity for us to all learn. There are no silly questions here there. Debster's in, how are you doing there? Perth, love it. Again, Scotland has got such a strong history there with the phenomena. I can't think of where, I've got a very bad map of Scotland. Which side is Perth on? I'm trying to think, do you get any activity up your way there? So that is what we are doing tonight, guys. So yeah, do make sure you are following us. So we do something like this every night. If it's clear sky, it's this, the UFO UAP Skywatch. If the moon's up as well, we do a moon watch normally, if I can be bothered. But if it's cloudy, we do an alien radio signal hunt there. So you should get those notifications when we go live there if you're following us as well. And if you want to see it full screen there, see a little bit more of the night sky, plus the correct orientation, then you can join us over on those ones there. We're at the thing at UFO, I think, on both of those. Harco's in. How are you doing, sir? East of Scotland. So, oh, okay, yes, you are probably in quite an active area actually, because from my anecdotal experience here, when we've had people in, is the East Coast tends to be very, very active there. But I don't know, maybe I'm wrong there. Any other Scots in other than Rio? But Rio, no, you can ask. Is your skies, are they active? The bit that you're in there of Scotland. So Scotland, Wales and Ireland. Absolutely so many UFO reports that come in from you guys. That we hear here on stream. England, we get a few interesting ones there. And how you doing, Mark? Where are you joining us from tonight there? And Rio is lying on the sofa suffering with the flu. Oh no, Rio, not a good way to start the new year. Alan will use his mind powers and help you fight that infection. No, not make it worse, Alan. There, Mark as well, thank you for the follow. Bradford, oh, I do like a bit of Bradford, up your way. Midlands, have you seen anything strange there? Veto is in as well, good to see you, sir. How are you doing? I appreciate the follows there as well. And apparently he's about 60, but plucks his feathers out. Hold on, wait, have I missed one? Oh yeah, just down the road I spoke to my nan about her African grey and told her I knew a good home. Oh man, I would love to. I wonder what the other birds would make of it there. Apparently he's about 60, but plucks his feathers out. But if I'm a mess, it's very cocoa. But if mess is... I mean, poor birds when they're like that, they get very stressed very easy. They're quite anxious creatures, and that's one of their stress behaviours, isn't it? But it can just be sort of ingrained, the poor guys. But I do love an African grey. It's on my list there, although they probably attack me as well. The smaller ones are enough there. He's back from his day off. I never have a day off there. Rio, born in Bradford, and you went up, did you, to Aberdeen there? And it's bad snow there. We're waiting for it to come. It's meant to roll in for us over the next couple of days. And we're actually due to take this on the road again, to take the Skywatch rig up to the local hill forts there, the Iron Age hill forts, where all of those sightings were had in the 60s and 70s there. But on a very snowy day, apparently there. Harko as well, thank you for the heart. Appreciate those guys. All the gifts and subs patrons do go back into the stream. Let me scroll through. Where was I in the chat? Oh, good, love it there. Any movement? So we've not had much tonight, but we've only been on for 16 minutes there. Last night we had so many shooting stars. It's absolutely stunning to see all of those. So hopefully, we're still in the meteor shower there. I'm sure we will get some action there tonight, and hopefully some anomalous UFO, UAP activity as well there. I'll let you know if she's looking for a rehome. Yeah, let us know. I've convinced the missus. But I do love them there as well, especially the older ones. As well, came to Aberdeen when I was 6. Oh, so you're pretty much full on Aberdeen now, aren't you? And I see you're pointed at the Palladian star. Yes, so that is that? Am I right? This is the Palladian constellation, is it? There, because this is Orion. That's Palladians there. And Holly, how are you doing? Good to see you there. And Camille as well. Thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight there? Elite is back. How are you? There. I'm 30 minutes from Perth. It's just up the road. Oh, I do love it. I'm trying to get that mental map for all of our regulars where you all are sort of in the world there. I need like a little map of the world. We could put a little pin in for all of you guys. See what sort of coverage we have of the night skies there. And a bright moon last night shining from my windows. Beautiful. It's still very, very bright tonight. In the last week, it feels like the moon has been dominating the sky, but it's dimming slightly now, there, and hence we can see some more stars. So normally when the moon really isn't up at all, that's what it looks like there. So you can actually see so many more stars in the background. So we're still getting a little bit of that moon's light, and it's stunning to see the moon. We do a moon watch the first few days that it's up, and it is awesome. But I want to do a sky watch now. You've got the snow, Holly. It's coming down. It might snow here tonight, but I think the proper one is due Tuesday when we are out and about, and they're there. Boyfriend was born in Corby. Love it. And Asian X as well, thank you for the shares. Appreciate those likes and those shares, guys. All of that tapping away there does help us reach more and more like-minded people there like yourselves. The more eyes and minds we get looking at the phenomena, sharing our experiences there, the more we can all piece this puzzle together there. And did you do this here? I haven't done it yet. It's one of those things that I really do want to do because I think it's going to be really fun, but I need to give it enough mental space, and at the minute I've got so many projects on, like if I do it would be half-assed at the second, and I want to really kind of give it its dues there. Hello, Banana as well. Thank you for the heart there as well. And have you seen any Caden? Good question. So yeah, we have actually. And when we're doing these Skywatches, we tend to see something pretty much every time we get the camera out. It's quite common to see strange things in the night sky that you cannot explain by satellites, aircraft, space junk, and things like that. What they are is the next question, but we have seen some very, very interesting things in our time. We've got lots of clips actually on our main TikTok page. If you click through there, you'll be able to see some of the good ones. Lots of explainable things. There are some satellites in there as well because they're just stunning to see when they're flying around up there. But yeah, there are some anomalous stuff. So if you hang around, I'm sure you'll probably see something tonight there. And you can plot on Google Earth. Oh yes, like an overlay. I could plot the sightings. Oh, I like that. Well, actually, I've got an idea in my head. Like if we saw a saw a red flash there in the middle of the screen. See if we can see that again. I don't know if you guys caught that one. If it repeats, that could be very interesting. But yeah, like if we saw something kind of going over, we go, right, who's in line? Who's going to see that next? And get you to stick your head out. See if you can capture it there. And did you like the footage of the UFOs on the moon? Yeah, that one flying. I would love to get a shot like that. I don't think our lens would quite see it like that. That was far more zoomed in, but that was cool. Flying over there at 5K now, tapping away there. Thank you guys, appreciate that. So it does help us reach more and more like-minded people there. And I'll send you the snow to you. No, please. Actually, no, I'm fine with the snow now. I'm not driving anymore, so haha. That ought to be. I can bask in its beauty and not have to worry there. And Mark, what telescope are you using? Oh, you saw the red flash. Perfect. And what was it? That's a good question. I don't know. We have got a dead pixel, and occasionally the pixels do throw salt. But out of the corner of my eye, that didn't look far too bright to be one of them. So I don't know. It could be anomalous there. So keep an eye out for a repeat of that one. But telescope-wise, so we're not actually using a telescope. We're using a Sony A7 sort of mirrorless camera, just with a sort of a good lens that lets in a lot of light. So our lens at the minute is letting in 2.5 times the amount that your human eye will let in there as well. So that's why we're seeing more stars. Because normally, I mean, look, you've got the Orion's belt there. This is the Orion constellation. Normally, we're only seeing a handful of those stars. It's very easy to pick out, but because we're letting in all that light, we're seeing all these background stars, makes it a bit harder to identify some of the constellations there. But it does mean that what we see is absolutely stunning there. So keep an eye out for the anomalous flashes there. Carol, what's the biggest star at the top? So, this one here, I don't know, so is that one the one? That one is Betelgeuse there, or Betelgeuse. I don't always put a weird pronunciation on it. I think I must have heard it wrong initially there. I think it's Betelgeuse pronounced, but spelled G's. There, and it's a super red dwarf, massive one there, but it's one of the stars they do think could be a going supernova at some point within our lifetime, like any time now. I do believe it is quite far away, so like, I don't know if it's 1,000 light years or 2,000 light years or something like that, but that means if we just saw it flash now, the explosion now, that explosion happened, 2,000 years ago, however it is long that distance is there. That's how long that light takes to reach us there. So we're looking back in time technically, but yeah, it could go supernova at any point, they think there. And if it does, the night sky will be illuminated as if it is daylight for us here on Earth for a few days there. B, hello, and thank you for the heart. How are you doing, B? Did you enjoy your weekend there? It's about to, Pluto, 100%, yeah, it's about to go supernova. And we think this is going to be our new companion star, nice big orange one. Should we zoom in?
Zoom mode activated.
Zoom in on this one. If I go this way, look at that. Just to think, that one just could flash and go incredibly bright there. But luckily, it's at a safer distance from us there. But yeah, we had Vega as our companion star, didn't we, over the summer time? And it's a really big, bright, beautiful purple star just stuck out across there on the screen. But obviously with the seasons changing, the way we point our camera now, the night sky changes there as the weeks go on. So it's probably going to be Betelgeuse here that is going to be our companion star for until summer, probably there. And it is totally amazing there. I mean, we're here for the aliens, but I mean, just space itself and nature is just stunning, isn't it? And B, tired but good. It's a lazy kind of day today. Well, it's a Sunday, so 100% there. It is beautiful, Mark, I have to agree. And so supernova explodes in a second. How long would we see the effects of a supernova on Earth? So this is what I don't quite fully grasp here, because apparently it's meant to illuminate the night sky for like a good few days. So it's not like a flash of light that we would, a normal explosion here that would kind of explode and dissipate. I think there's so much going on and glowing there. It's there for a few days or so. Depending on the size of it, I imagine there. So it has likely gone supernova years ago, but the light show has yet to make it to exact how far away. Somebody Google how far away it is, and we can tell you how long ago there, because of relativity there. We're seeing all of these lights coming from those distant stars. And now they are snapshots of how far away they are. So if we take Betelgeuse and we say it's 500 light years away, I think it's more than that. That means that we're seeing that light 500 years out of date. That light is a snapshot of what that star looked like 500 years ago. And if this one is 1,000 light years, then that's a snapshot of 1,000 years ago. And if this one's 2 light years, and it's not, then that was 2 years ago. Even our sun, the light that we get from our own sun there, because obviously that restriction, the speed of light, it sounds very fast, and it is, but over these distances it's quite slow. So even our own star, out of the sun there, we're seeing that I think it's either 6 or 8 minutes delayed. So if the sun suddenly just disappeared, we wouldn't know for those 6 or 8 minutes there, because nothing, not even information, can travel faster than that there. And it's absolutely amazing, isn't it? There, Demi as well, welcome aboard. It is interesting. I have to agree there. Where are you joining us from tonight there? Thank you for the follow there. And we are back to the old subject of time again. Well, Veto, you're, I think, probably one of the few people that's brought up that angle, and it is such an important one. And it is that, we're talking about these physical distances here when we're talking about aliens. And are they real? Are they out there on these distant stars, and are they travelling all this way to us here on Earth? So we go, these are very, very far, and if they can only travel at the speed of light there, and it's 100 light years, it can take them 100 years to go each way. We're thinking about it in a physical distance sense there, like, and how many stars, and what's the likelihood of life? Is it 1 in 10 stars has life, and is it 1 in 100 stars that has intelligent life? Whatever the measures are. But time is the other component here. Do we all exist at the same time? So it's not just which stars are inhabited, it's when are they inhabited as well. It's absolutely crazy to think that, maybe life and even intelligent life and civilizations could be relatively common, but over the time scales that we are talking about in the universe, we're already 13 billion years they think now, and our solar system is only a couple of billion years old there, so we're quite late to the party. There may have been loads of civilizations that have come and go, so do we all share the same space, but do we all share the same time as well there? And it's 500 to 700 light years away, so yeah, that is the distance there that the Betelgeuse is away from us. So it will take if it's 500 light years, it will take 500 years for that light to reach us. So that is a snapshot from 500 years ago. Liverpool, we've got quite a few of you guys from Liverpool. There's a lot of UFO interest in Liverpool there. And Steampunk John, thank you for the shares. Do appreciate those guys. Those shares and those likes, they do help us reach more and more people like yourselves there. And the more open-minded, intelligent people we can get looking at the phenomena and sharing their experiences, but just coming together and experiencing and seeing the evidence as it happens on screen, I think is very, very important to erode some of the stigma that is around discussing the phenomena. So we do appreciate all of that and the tapping away there. The vastness of it all, the incomprehensible vastness of it all there, because we've got, if our understandings are correct, we have the universe as like the overall encapsulating layer. So if we do a quick run of scales there, we have our moon orbiting our Earth here, and our Earth is orbiting in our solar system our star there, and that's the solar system level. But our whole solar system is in the Milky Way galaxy, and there are billions of galaxies within this. They're scaling out, and all these galaxies are within the universe. That is the top level overall cover there, and I can't quite get my head around that, because I want to ask, but what's the universe in? And then what's that in? My head just doesn't quite compute that. But these distances are so vast. But there's another kind of mid-layer there, which is the observable universe. Now, because the universe is apparently, scientists think, expanding like it did with the Big Bang from nothing to everything that we see now. Because the universe is expanding actually faster than the speed of light, which is weird, but the rules only apply within it, apparently, are there. And there are galaxies on the edge of the universe there that we will never see the light from. We'll never see that light. We'll never know of anything. We'll never be able to travel there. We'll never be able to get information. So we're in a bubble, essentially, which is, the only things that we'll ever see down to that edge. Now, how big outside of that bubble, outside the observable universe, is our universe? No idea. Again, we will never know. But there's something quite haunting about that, because the fact that in the future, if the expansion continues, there will be planets in orbits of stars, maybe civilizations growing up around them, and they'll look to their night sky and they won't see any other stars twinkling back at them, and they will, for all of their history, probably think that they're alone. just because everything is getting further and further and further away. Now, that is a long time away there, but there is also something else that's going on that's a little bit interesting there. And Paul Walmsley, how are you doing there? Sorry, it took me a while to get to you over there on the tubes. How are you tonight? Guys, if you do want to see the full screen and everything up the right way, do go over onto the tubes there at The Thing UFO on both of those. And plus, it's always a good little backup as well, because TikTok does throw us off every now and again, has a little bit of a sulk. Doesn't like aliens, apparently. So, yeah, you'll always be able to find us over there as well. But the other thing is that on the edge of the observable universe, this bubble around us, is as far as we'll ever be able to see there. There are some of those very early distant galaxies that we can see, and we can observe them, and they seem to be moving. They seem to be being pulled out of the observable universe there very, very fast. So there is something out of our range of visibility that is so incomprehensibly massive there to have that gravitational interaction on all of those galaxies that it is pulling them out. Now, we don't know. We've seen lots of very, very big things like supermassive black holes and other sort of structures in all these galaxies, but we cannot even comprehend what that thing would be that is that massive, that is pulling those galaxies out of our visible universe there so fast, and we're never going to know. Because of the rate of expansion there. It's amazing, isn't it, to kind of get your head around all of that there. And if Betelgeuse went supernova, it would take 640 years for us to see it there. So it's 640 light years from us there. It's crazy to think, isn't it? So it might have gone supernova 300 years ago, but we won't see it for another 340 years there if that was the case there. And Scotty M, how you doing? In my opinion, we surely can't be the only life out there in the universe. And Scotty, I'm 100% on board with you there. And even mainstream science now is kind of getting the picture. We didn't know, or scientists didn't actually know, if there were planets orbiting all of these other stars that we see in the night sky. There, B.
Nom nom nom.
Thank you for feeding
guys.
Alan. And Kate.
Thank you for the alien.
Thank you for
pets,
feeding
guys.
Alan there. But yeah, they didn't know. We may have just had a really weird solar system there, so we may have been unique. But now they're getting the technology to observe those exoplanets, those planets in orbits of other stars. And what we're seeing is there's planets everywhere, lots of them, and lots of them in the habitable zones. So now mainstream science probably does think that, just on the maths of it, there are so many possible places. There's got to be life quite out there. Now, they don't go to complex life. They probably think it's all microbes and things like that. And hey, there's going to be a lot of that. Even NASA is now saying there is evidence of microbial life that's previously been on Mars. They have actually detected currently living microbes on Mars back in the 70s. They detected it multiple times. The clouds of Venus apparently are giving off biosignatures, and we've got very, very distant stars that we're looking at now with these very good telescopes, and we're looking at their atmospheres, and we're seeing in those atmospheres gases that we only know can be produced by life on Earth. So they're called biosignatures. So we're now getting to the point where we are possibly detecting, it's confirming it is the tricky bit. To put it over the line of 100%, there is definitely life out there is the hard bit, but there are plenty of individual cases of interest and of evidence out there. So, and these are reputable scientists. The K218b biosignatures there, that's a Cambridge University team there that have detected it, they think, twice. So life is probably abundant. Now, is that life intelligent? Is it able to reach us here? These are questions, but I think there is a strong argument to be made that it is probably very, very intelligent, and maybe even reaching us there. Theory say exactly that. I think it's a very good one to consider that time there. And Backyard as well, thank you for the shares, do appreciate that there. B, honestly, I don't think we share the same dimension with most of them. But this is another angle on all of this here. There are, I think if we're going by string theory, which I'm not a big fan of, they think there's about 11 dimensions, and we exist with 4, which is, forwards, backwards, left, right, up and down, X, Y, Z axis, plus time going forward there. So 3 spatial, 1 temporal dimension there. But if they're right and there are 11 dimensions, there are also creatures that could be interacting with all or some, and it's going to be so much more varied that we can never get our head around there. And B, all that vastness causes me existential dread. I find it quite comforting in the way that, it doesn't matter. Anything I do doesn't matter, because in the scheme of things, we're also small and insignificant, but I quite like it. It relaxes me a little bit there. And Scotty, I always wonder why NASA diverted their attention from studying the depths of the ocean to space suddenly. Well, they were very interested in the oceans there, and I mean, why? We will never know, will we? Or is it that they got their answers? You know, maybe they don't know all the details, but maybe they knew enough there. Because that's always the thing. People might say something, but you got to look at their behaviour. Have they already answered a question? Because if they already know the answer, they're unlikely to pretend to still be looking for something there. And Dave, with the universe expanding, why are we, the Milky Way galaxy, going to collide with the Andromeda galaxy there? So it's I can't fully get my head around the orbital mechanics of all of this there, but it's not sort of getting bigger in length. It's like the volume is just increasing, kind of like inflating a balloon. There's more surface area there. So on a smaller scale, there are still interactions in the same way that we still get comets and meteorites coming around. But yeah, I think there is an equation that tells you like how many million square feet per hour the universe is expanding by. Yeah, it hurts my brain, but it's very interesting. It's a good question there. And Demi as well leaves more infinite questions to the imagination. Oh, and you know what? Those crazy, really high imagination questions tend to also be being asked by the scientists as well. I remember being a child and going, you know, they get in an inane, childish way, not that some sort of prodigal genius at all, going, is our universe inside of a black hole? You know, maybe that's why it's the top layer there. And you know what? There are scientists that actually think that sort of thing there. I mean, there are theories every which way, and the ones that we are set on, things like the Big Bang there, and, you know, string theory, all these sorts of stuff there, quantum mechanics, these are our best current guess. These aren't necessarily in stone. They're just the best that we can do there. And potentially billions of this in multiverses, maybe nested universes, maybe their physics are slightly different there. And Swish, how are you doing there? What's the best thing you've seen since doing this? So about a month ago, maybe a little bit longer now, we saw this big, bright, massive, fast-moving object. It was bright orange, just came across the corner of the screen. It was there. Now, I have no idea. We've seen lots of satellites. We've seen lots of shooting stars. We've seen planes. We've seen drones. You name it. We've seen it there, and the closest thing to it was a shooting star, but it was still nothing like a shooting star there. There was no tail to it. There was no outer glow. It's just a solid bright orange object. No idea what it could have been. We've got the clip on our page for that, but that is definitely one of my favourites. And it's a good question there. And Backyard Astronaut, oh, sorry it's taken me a while there, but good night you all. If you're still in, thank you for joining us, Backyard, and I hope to see you later on in the week there. Have a good rest. And Kate, it snowed. Keep your snow, Kate. Keep it. No, actually, I'm all right. I can get the snow. And thank you for the shares there, Kate. Do appreciate that. And the shares, guys, and the tapping away. It really does help us reach more and more like-minded people there like yourselves. As I said, the more eyes and minds we can get looking at the phenomena there and sharing our experiences together, the more we can all piece this puzzle together there. And in the USA, Agent X, what's that? I spoke to a whistleblower who saw a royal family visit the UFO. It rings a bell. Maybe you mentioned that one to me before, or I've heard it somewhere as well. And BT93, welcome aboard. Where are you joining us from tonight there? I do appreciate the follows. And if you're interested in this sort of thing, we do something like this every night. So if it's a clear sky, we're doing this, the UFO UAP Skywatch. That's what it normally looks like when we've not got the moon up and that's bleeding our night vision. Look at all the stars we can see. It's a good night tonight, but it's not the best there. If it's cloudy, we do an alien radio signal hunt there. We've got a very large radio antenna, and we sweep the sky, hoping to hear a message from ET. And if the moon's at full, well, I can be bothered. We see all the craters, all the details there, talk about some of the weird things we've witnessed going on off and around the moon. So yeah, if you're following, hopefully you'll get a notification when we go live there. And Michael Jackson, King of Pop, hello there. What camera is this? So this is a Sony A7, but the real trick is the lens, and I can't remember what the name of the lens is, but you got to let in as much light as possible there. Now, technology, Pluto, is so primitive in regards to discovery of space. We are just scratching the surface, and for me, there's a parallel, I think, between where we are now as a species and where we have been in regards to, like, you know, the New World and discovery of the Americas there. Like, those voyages would take a very long time. Like, you might not see a person for years. They might perish. You know, they were high risk. They're very expensive, you know, traveling off to the colonies and things like that. And we're kind of we're further back than that, but at some point we will start to do that out in space, and the ocean there will just be the vastest of space rather than that. But I think it will all play out again. I think we'll get pirates again, and I think we'll have these colonies which will want independence again, and we'll have little battles and things. I think that's where it will go. But I feel like, yeah, we're just pre that point, aren't we, of where we were discovering the New World. So what's that, the 1500s or the 1400s there? and the discovery of city lights on other worlds isn't that far away. Exactly. It's a bit tricky to do now, isn't it? Because one of the main ways that they do the observation of those exoplanets, so the planets in orbits of other stars, is they do it by looking very precisely at the star for a long period of time there, and then if the light from that star dims ever so slightly, like, you know, point whatever percentage, and then they can, like, and that's on a repeatable dimming, like, you know, once every day or whatever it is there, then they can go, right, that dimming is caused by a planet that's in orbit, and then how much light it blocks out will give them how big that planet is. So that's how, so I think it's the transit method they call it there, but that's how they detect a lot of those planets in those distant orbits there. So we can't, I don't think quite yet, detect those city lights, because I said it's using that negative argument there. It's like how much less light the sun is, but at the minute those stars are so bright that any lights potentially on other planets are getting drowned out by those stars. But we're probably not far away to do it, to start to see those things there. And plus, check out the stories and the updates. 100% do make sure you check out our main TikTok page there, because we've got all those clips of the cool things that we have seen before there as well. But we do have a really cool Discord community as well there. Lots of our community are very active in posting the latest news about this and that in the UFO, the UAP field, so definitely check those out if you're interested there. But we've got a really cool personal experiences section, and the link is in our bio on the main TikTok page for that. Adam as well, thank you for feeding
Thanks,
Alan.
guys.
He loves the alien pets. But yeah, really cool personal experiences section, so you can add your experiences with the phenomenal images and videos too, or just read through them there. But do join it, and we also do an alien movie club once a month. So we're still voting just about on this month's alien themed films. It'll be the last Friday of January there. We're going to sit down at 10 PM UK time. We'll watch it together and then chat along in the Discord there, so you can go in there and vote for that. And everybody's welcome, even if you're new. Raf's in the house. How are you doing, Raf? Good to see you there. And space to the ocean and back to space. Oh, what's the first part of that, Kate? But you're right, there does seem to be a lot of activity, isn't there, with our oceans. And it makes sense, because liquid water is a very consistent environment there. So if you're thinking of traveling through space, think of all of the different levels of radiation, the different temperatures, the different gravitational interactions there, different acidities, different everything you can imagine. Space is obviously so varied, but if you want to go somewhere that is a nice consistent environment, liquid water is pretty much the same whichever body you're on. So it would make sense that actually that is like a universal safe zone for a civilization traveling these distances. And I didn't know that, and I didn't know how much activity had been spotted coming in and out of the waters here as well there. And I've seen different dimensions, Carol. I can't even conceive of what it would look like there as well. But that's fascinating. Tell us a bit more on that one. And bookmark Expedition X. Where are we? Kate as well. Sun already came off his bike. Oh my god! And had to walk it. Hold on, why is it jumping? Oh, we're getting back to the point now, guys, where TikTok is scrolling ahead on me there. And we'll get Humps spent 30 minutes trying to drive over a bridge. Oh, God. I hope the kid is okay there, coming off his bike, or it wasn't too serious there. And Scotty as well there. The Arctic Treaty. Countries can never all agree on anything. What's more past the Arctic Wall there? Well, yeah, why do we, out of all of our bickering, why have we all agreed and seem to be maintaining all of the Arctic and the Antarctic treaties? I mean, we know around the North Pole there, the old Russians are quite active for, you know, drilling and oil stuff. They're pushing the boundaries. But that South Pole there, Antarctica, why are we all agreed and, you know, operating? Is it just because it's so barren and nobody really is motivated enough? Or is it because there is something very interesting there? Lots of stories over the years there, things that could be going on and down there as well. And Janie, thank you for the hearts. Do appreciate that, guys. All of those, the gifts, the subs, the patrons do all go back into the stream as well. And speaking of the other ones, we do bi-monthly deep dives. Well, twice a month, every other week, basically. We do a deep dive over there for our supporters. And you're welcome to join. We've got a link at the top of our bio there, which takes you to there. Gives you a month for free, so you'll be able to check out 2 deep dives and watch the past ones back to see if you like it there. But we're going to be starting a deep dive into the Condon report there, which was done by, was it Berkshire? There's a university that did it for the US Air Force back in the 60s, a report into the UFOs, UAPs. A very long one. It's going to be over multiple parts there, but we get to read it all together along there and see if it chimes with the other things that we've heard, see if we agree with it, see if we don't there. So it's going to be a really interesting read through there. So do join us for that one as well there. Pluto, we can all jump on our own thing, spacecraft, and travel to the green dwarf. Are there any green stars up there? Green is a colour we don't see very. I just wonder if it is atmospheric, or are there green things? I mean, space is weird and very varied. There's a hair on my microphone that was tickling me. That's disgusting. Alf as well, how are you doing there? Has anyone noticed the moon has been brighter the last few nights? Alf, you are not wrong. I've been moaning about this for days now, because the first few nights when the moon's up and it's bright, it's stunning. I do love to see our beautiful, beautiful moon there for that. But after a couple of nights, I get bored of it, and it is now so bright that it is affecting our night vision. And as you can see, if you look now, we are seeing quite a few stars, so it's not too bad. It's not as bad as it has been, but compared to how it is normally, we are only seeing a fraction of what is there. So I definitely feel you there. And Scotty as well, thank you for the hearts, do appreciate that. So it all goes back into the stream. So I am definitely noticing that moon there as well. Paul's in the house. How are you doing there, Paul? And when I view another dimension, see the greys change into other creatures. Now, why would that be? Is that not their true form for that one? And Kate as well. Yeah, he's okay. Oh, good. Yeah, very tired. And my bloody screen is not allowing me to scroll. And as he was leaving, well, oh God, that's not what he wants after a full day there. Oh, poor thing. There, how you doing, Janie? Good to see you there. How you doing, Alpha there as well? And deep dives are very good. I do love our deep dives because we don't have to keep welcoming people in, which I like doing. I like hearing from everybody that is joining us. It's great, but where it's the private group over there, we really get into the meat. We can go into the details on these things. So everyone's welcome to join us over there for that. And if you are just joining us, we're doing a live UFO UAP Skywatch tonight. So these are the skies live from Wiltshire in the UK. GWAC, hello, how you doing? Wiltshire in the UK, which is right in the heart of Crop Circle country, if you know, and we're just down the road from Stonehenge, so a very ancient and mystical landscape here, of a long history of the weird and wonderful, and these are the skies to watch for the phenomena. So yeah, do make sure you're following us, because we do this basically every night. If it's clear, we're doing this, the live UFO UAP Skywatch, and so that's what it looks like when the moon isn't up, for they're doing our night vision in. If we do look at the moon, there we go, we see all the craters, all the details, and talk about how weird the moon is there as well. And if it is cloudy, we do an alien radio signal hunt there, so if you're following, hopefully you'll get those notifications when we go live. You could join us for those, but if you're new, I said just say hello. We'd love to hear from you. It might take me a minute to get to you in the chat, but I do want to hear from you all. If you've got any questions, there are no silly questions, ask away there. Yeah, so just fire away, and also say hello. Let us know if you've experienced anything strange in the night sky yourself there. And Scotty, GB, love it, so you're not too far from us as well there. And Scotland, yeah, Aberdeen, and Kate, 75. Oh, yeah, but not too bad tonight, not too bad. It's New Year, new luck. We've obviously, TikTok has forgiven us there. And has there been any shooting stars tonight? So not yet tonight. You know what? Let's spin the camera around. Let's point ourselves, make sure we're more in the right direction. Hold your hats, I'm moving the camera. So this is the Orion constellation. You can see his belt moving out of shot now. Let's move ourselves a little bit around to a darker patch of sky. So there'll be less awesome stars, but still some. Right, there we go. Let's see what we can spot here. A bit darker, maybe we can spot those shooting stars there as well. And Brad Skeen, how are you doing there? Good to see you in there. And Adam as well. Adam R, how are you doing? And yeah, as Agent X says there, if you could, like and share, we do appreciate that. It is that tapping away the likes and shares that does help us reach more and more like-minded people there like yourselves, and more open-minded, intelligent people we can get in to look at the phenomena, share experiences, and witness all of the things that we see here. I think we can all start to erode that stigma and said piece that puzzle together. So I do appreciate that. But yeah, say hello if you're new here. I'd like to hear where you're all watching from tonight as we're doing our live UFO UAP Skywatch. There, G-Wax in there. Let's go through. It's Condon. Yes, the Condon report there, and GWAC there. I thought that, yeah. It's always it's always hard to pronounce that one, because there's also a Condine report, which was the UK government that did that, I think, in the 90s or the early 2000s, looking at the UAP phenomena there. So you've got to get them mixed up as well there. So guys, if you as well want to see full screen and actually up the right way, there you go, do join us over on those ones. It's at the thing UFO for both of those places there, the red and the purple ones. Let me scroll through. on the chat set, Andre, I notice is in. How are you doing? Thank you for the heart. Appreciate that. And Travis Wharton on D-Max using a Geiger counter still picks radiation up after 40 years. Very interesting. The Travis Wharton case is a classic, and it's a good one. But they're still picking up background radiation after 40 years. I like it. I do like anything that brings, like, into the realms of like physical evidence. There, I think is important and is also amazing. But yeah, so let's see what we can spot in the night sky. So we've got some lovely colours coming through on some of these. I mean, look at the orange, the red of this one up here, and then look at the deep purples of these guys. And the oranges, the yellows, absolutely stunning. You don't realise actually how colourful the night sky is just to the naked eye. I remember moving here to the country back in February, looking up in the night sky, I can see so many stars, and then going, oh my god, I can see that Mars is red with my naked eye. I can see that Betelgeuse is red there with my naked eye. It's going to sound silly to you guys that have seen it before, but coming from a more urban, light-polluted area, we only see a few little white dots. I was blown away by seeing the colour there. Absolutely stunning there. Scott as well coming in with the shares. Do appreciate that. So yeah, I mean, these are vast distances that we are talking about here. So maybe, well, if they are to be travelling here, they would have to have, I think, technology that that really it would have to be appeared to be faster than light. Now, you can't, as far as we know, break the speed limit to actually move faster than light, but you can bend the rules. Warp drives are theoretically possible there. Back in the 90s, was it Mikhail Alcubierre, a scientist, basically developed an idea for a warp drive, the maths behind it, of how you could use it without breaking physics. And it works. You just need a lot of energy that we don't have. But yeah, apparently it is possible to bend space-time and to then therefore travel these vast distances relatively quickly. But this is the thing we have to consider, is you probably heard about relativity, Albert Einstein, his theories around that, which we now know and believe to be, which is what we see all the time. It's the same principle that we're talking about with the lights from these stars being so far away there and taking that time to reach us there. So as we said earlier, like if this star here, let's pick a big one. If this star here is 100 light years away from us there, then that's taken 100 years for that light to reach us. So we're having a snapshot of that. We're looking back in time at that star 100 years ago. And that's relativity, that we're observing things relative to us here. So if you travel at the speed of light there, now you might travel those light years. To you, that might take 2 weeks. But for us here on Earth, it's still taken you the 100 years to get there. So if you went there 100 years there and 100 years back, it might have taken you 4 weeks with relativity, but you'll come back and it would be 200 years later. And as far as we know, there's no way of escaping those time travel aspects of all of this. If you're building a ship that does travel these vast distances, you're also building a time machine, which might explain a lot of what we see with the phenomena there. Adam?
Nom nom nom, thanks,
Oh,
guys.
and Kate.
Thank you for the alien
And
pets,
Adam again
guys.
there. Thank you for feeding Alan his alien pets there. But yeah, it might explain why we're seeing the phenomena. One of the explanations, isn't it, that the old greys, they could be us from the future, and that is an idea that is proposed by an evolutionary biologist, so full-on mainstream accredited scientist there in the field of evolutionary biology, has said that if our current human Homo sapien evolutionary trends continue, then we would look like the greys. So maybe they are us from the future coming back in time because they have that ability. Which is one of the many very interesting theories there as well. How you doing, TB? Good to see you in there. And Barrett, welcome aboard there. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Where are you joining us from tonight there? Tubers, you're a bit quiet tonight. Am I not seeing your messages? Put something in there just to let me know that screen hasn't frozen again. But yeah, relativity is one to really get your head around there. And Steampunk, thank you for the heart. It's very kind of you there. It all goes back into the stream there. And Master Debater, there you go. I like the name there. Welcome aboard. Where are you joining us from tonight there? Thank you for the follow. So yeah, we're doing a live UFO UAP Skywatch. If you've got any questions about what we're doing, how we're doing it, or the latest UFO news, ask away there. And AAP as well coming in with the likes. I said appreciate those likes there. I won't repeat that one, Raf, but it does look like the comments are coming through. Appreciated. Is that a new flavour for a Bentos pie? And I wonder what the age is like. I wonder what the age Sorry, my brain's gone there. I wonder what the world is like if we are the Greys in the future. I think that's a very, very interesting question here. So I've spent a little bit too much time when I can't sleep trying to think about this. And we know what makes sense is that we as a species are homogenizing. So as our environments become more and more similar, we are becoming more and more similar, and it turns out that the reason that we are different not only in personality but in looks and physiology, and there's slight differences obviously, nobody's got a third arm unless there's a defect, but the reason we have those differences is they are the natural selection's roll of the dice to see if that particular format will work better. And that's why we have such a diverse range of opinions and people in humanity, because my experience to wherever you are at home, I'm going to expend either more or less calories to go to the shop to pick up my week's shopping than you might. Everybody's experience is different and unique there, let alone weather, let alone all of these other factors that we have to consider. So that's why we have such a diverse range of people as humans. But as our technology becomes more and more advanced, what we are doing is we are leveling that playing field. Now luckily here in the UK, most people have a roof over their heads, and what that does is it limits the natural environment's temperature and weather fluctuations. So most of us right now, if we're more fortunate, and it's not everyone sadly, but most of us will be probably at the same-ish temperature. We are going to be roughly at whatever it is now, because humans like a certain temperature and we can control that now, and that's what technology does. It levels things out. So if we go that far into the future there, no wonder the Greys all look the same, because their experience with that advanced technology is the same. They don't have the difference and the need for different opinions, for different strengths, different muscle displacement there. They've and get a lot of these people, they're what do you call it there? It's they've got no reproductive organs, can't think the word is for that now, because maybe they're so far advanced that they don't even need that anymore. And the reason we have sort of sex binaries in biology is because when you pass your genes down, you can also pass viruses and things like that down. And what happens is that you're rolling the dice saying, look, I'm going to sacrifice passing on 50% of my genes, and I'm going to include my partner's 50% of their genes, in the hopes there that you're basically going to stop the transfer of those viruses down to. And that's why, sexual reproduction is a thing. That's what its job is for. But maybe they don't need that anymore. Maybe they're so far advanced that isn't a concern for them. But also, maybe it is a concern. Maybe something has gone wrong, and that is why they're flying back here in time to harvest stuff, because a lot of the reports is they are talking about harvesting those components from us, our genetics there, because maybe something's gone wrong there in their process. They do need to mix up their gene pool again. It's all very fascinating because it does fit in as an argument there as well. Now, where are we? That's a very good question you sent me off there, Andrea, there. And did you see the Wolf Moon? I was out fishing and got to watch it all night. We probably did. We've been looking at the moon a lot lately. Absolutely stunning there as well. What's that about my mind? Agent X there. Are there any paranormal experiences? I'm sure there probably are. And I wrote an article on this on my Substack tonight about whether or not humans are already here. Oh, I like the sound of that. Guys, drop your name of your Substack in the chat there, so people can find that one, because I think it's such a fascinating argument there that we are probably going to become so homogenized there. It's also a bit scary because we like our personality, we like our individuality, but the reason we have it there is because of the diverse range of our experiences in our environment. If you limit that down, if you level the playing field of technology, we won't need it. We'll become more homogenized there, and we're already seeing it in the Western societies, aren't we? That testosterone is lowering because we don't need the masculine difference as much there, and same on the female side. It's kind of leveling out. We are becoming more homogenized. And the Tudor Times, welcome. How are you doing there? Thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight? And this group is a safe space. Feel free to share your stories on here and on the Reddit. Agent X, you're 100% right there. You don't even have to agree. You don't have to be a believer. We love to hear a little bit there. And it's good to mix things up. We equate it to a knowledge buffet there. We all bring a dish, and then we can all just select the bits that we want. We don't force the vegans to eat the sausage rolls here. Oh, Flash. Did you see that around there? Look, keep to see if that repeats again, because we've seen something in this sort of part of the sky before, which is very, very odd. So keep an eye out. I may have just seen something anomalous there, but you're right, there's a safe space as long as everybody's respectful there as well. And anyone here, can anyone here a remote view or call orbs? Good question. Can anybody? And start with the New World Order. They want a one world. Maybe. Well, see, this is the thing. Like, they want it, but the bureaucrats, the people that put in the rules, they think that you get there by putting the rules in, and then we all follow the rules and we all live happily ever after. They genuinely think that. But the problem is that you need people to be able to follow the rules, and then it happens. You know, if our shared experience is equal enough, then we will all follow the rules pretty much by default. It's not the other way around, and that's where the bureaucracy, and that's where it's dangerous. We do get these people trying to force it before it's time. And if evolution means losing my banger, it's a no from me. That I think evolution stopped, definitely with me personally. And remember to share your photos and stories on the Discord and the Reddit there. Again, Agent X, thank you for that, because yes, we have a really cool Reddit and Discord community there, so feel free to share your personal experiences or just read through the ones we've already got in our little community there. We'd love to see some new faces on it as well there. I'm not so much on it. The Discord is the more active one. And I don't agree with everyone, but I will help everyone. I think this is the thing here, you never know, do you? And personally, there's been some theories that I have been like, no, that's absolutely ludicrous. And then when I've been more open, I've gone, oh, you know what? Actually, within that, I may not buy the whole theory, but there was a part of it that did add up to me and has helped me understand something else a bit more. So I always think it's worth, hearing people out there as well. And it's Marie_A_up there for A_up Substack. It's definitely worth it as well. And you saw it there, Rio Aldra. Perfect. Right, let's see if it repeats there. We are part of Disclosure and Awakening, and I think you're right there, Agent X. I think, I say, Disclosure isn't necessarily a president or an individual there coming out and saying, yes, they're real. It's what I thought it was, but I think what Disclosure actually really is us here tonight, watching and seeing these things together. The fact that we're so much more connected now. So if we do see these things, and then we have seen something, but tonight, if ET literally came on the screen and waved to us now, there would be, 80, 85 people here, plus however many is over on the tubes and stuff like that, 100 people, 200 people, whatever it is, that would see that. Whereas if I was outside in my garden where this camera is now, and I look up and I see it, how difficult would that have been for me to share that experience in the past? Like this, we're so much more connected now. Whatever the objective reality is, whatever is actually going on and how much of it is going on, then it's harder to hide that. It's harder to lie about that. So I think that's what it is. It's just that we're going to get so much more connected, and we're just going to have a more accurate picture there of the truth there. And A_up, thank you for feeding Alan.
Thanks, guys.
And Leanne as well, thank you for the heart. Appreciate that. Oh, and for feeding Alan.
Thank you for the alien pets,
It's
guys.
a bit mean, isn't it, that he eats the old aliens, but who am I to judge the old alien culture there as well? If you need help increasing your psi abilities, we can direct you to others, or take Agent X up on that one. And Andre as well, Congress are having more and more secret meetings recently, and lots of information. You're right there. Some of the stuff that is coming out of the US there, those whistleblowers, all of those leaks around that, I find that so compelling. Like ridiculously compelling there, because they're either full-on lying to us as a full-on psi operation there, or there is something to it. And I think this is one of the big things for me. Doing this stream, it has shown me actually how much experiences people are having there. That was the thing. I thought that these sightings were rare, few and far between. But no, I mean, you guys are having them absolutely all the time. We tend to see a lot just doing the stream as well. I think it's so much more common than we have been led to believe. So how long till I look like a grey? Could be a few thousand years yet. I mean, if you think evolution is very, very slow, because go back, I mean, when was the last evolutionary change? It's probably within maybe 100,000 years or so. There hasn't been much change to us, so it could be a very, very long time there. And Bethany, how are we doing? And we can't be the only intelligent species in our galaxy, let alone the whole of space. And I think, Bethany, that's logical. And so why, for so long, has science been the other way? And I mean, I totally say we can't say for certain. If we don't have that mainstream scientific acceptance, that proof, that's fine. But to say, well, we haven't seen it, so we don't think we are, I just think that's illogical there. So I'm totally on board with you with that one there. And we don't use our brains in full. We are becoming more open. Well, I think, yeah, it's part of it as well. And Pluto, have you heard the Cheddar Man story about the remains found in a Cheddar Gorge cave? So I've heard a little bit about this along the lines of that they could trace his descendants to the local area still. There, it's however many thousands of years over there. But what's the disc called? I don't know what the name is, but there is a link at the top of our TikTok bio for that there. Now, some people, the link doesn't work, and we have no idea why. And what you have to do is copy whatever that link is, www.discord/ whatever it might be, and copy it, the text from it, and then paste it into a phone browser or anywhere, and then it will work. But I don't actually know what the name of it is. They've started hunting the Yeti in Alaska there. Oh, excellent TV. Thank you. I think you might even be number 100 on the Discord there. Where are we? Over on the tubes. I've been neglecting you guys there. Where's Jolly? If anyone eats McDonald's, stop. What's that? How are we doing there, Crook, as well? What are those brief flashes of light? I saw dozens of them on last night's stream. Some blue and some red and some are white there. Bifter is like an over-the-top burger, like proper stacked, in my terminology anyway. It's like a big sandwich there as well. So some of them are, like the fainter ones can be like the actual pixel defects in the camera. But this is the thing, there are individual flashes, and we don't know what they are. Now, sometimes satellites can appear to flash to us there. If they just rotate at the right angle, a highly reflective part like a solar panel catches the light and just flashes us once there. So the singular flashes aren't necessarily the really, really interesting ones, because we need that repeat there. But we have seen it on many, many occasions. Flash from the exact same spot, like once every 2 minutes or so, like that. Things like that. There's something up there that is stationary, which is odd, because everything up there should be in motion, it should be moving. Everything is in orbit and should be moving there. So if there's something stationary long enough to flash back to us every few minutes, that is very, very odd indeed there. So keep an eye out. If it repeats in the same bit, that is of real interest there. We don't even use our eyes in full. If they were 40 hertz or 60 hertz, you would see the greys and draconian and the more. So that is interesting. I haven't even thought about the hertz there, which is essentially your frame rate, how many still images your eyes take over a period of time there to create that visual image. In the same way that old film reels were like static images, and just they run them really fast and it gives the illusion. Our eyes are basically the same like that. So if you change that, maybe the frequency, because essentially we're not solid matter, we're all a frequency, we're all on the electromagnetic waves. It's actually a bit of an illusion if you think there is no real solid matter. And Pluto, that's the story. It's fascinating how lazy that guy's family must have been to never let. That was the thing, the fact that over how many is that 1,000 odd years there, the family is still in the same spot. I mean, I know people get a little bit comfy, but you're right there, it's never left the same bloody area. I like that. But it could be very anonymous, Crook, so keep an eye out for it there. But we need to see the repeat. The other interesting thing is that, so guys, if you are joining us and you weren't here during the summer, this is a very different sky. So not only is it different constellations we're pointing at, but during the summer we jump on as soon as it gets dark, because it's getting dark so late. And what happens is, although the sun's gone round for us, so it's dark here on the surface, it's not gone fully round. So those things in low Earth orbit, if this is the Earth, these are satellites in orbit around it, those things that are kind of up there, they can still catch that sun's light for the first hour or two and reflect that back down to us. So when we point the camera up now, we see many objects just flying across the screen, shooting this way and that, and it's all of our many satellites that we have up there. It's amazing to see how many there are up there. They're all up there now, we just can't see them because the sun's fully gone round now. There isn't that light for them to reflect back. So if the light isn't there for them to reflect back, why do we occasionally still get those flashes? Because you would need the sun, the position to do that. So maybe those flashes are still anomalous there. It is hard to fully get our heads around things somewhere there. And Amanda,
nom nom nom, thanks guys.
thank you for, oh no, it wasn't, but thank you for the hearts there. Getting carried away pressing the buttons. Where are we in the chat there? And again, the cheese is good. Yeah, I mean, there are worse places, but still, though, you want to see an adventure with some of them there. And you see the video of the girl who got in the taxi return. No, you mentioned this the other day, but I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen that one. And good evening, Amanda. How are you doing? How's your weekend been going there? And I don't like asking, but well, tonight there. And can you share? It's moving. Hold on, I can't see it. I'm scrolling. It's not letting me see it. Something tonight. I can't see it. So something about 100 views, but when I'm scrolling, it just goes up and down. It's the top line or the bottom line there. But I'm assuming you're asking for help there. But guys, yeah, if we're asking that. Do appreciate you guys tapping away there. You're sharing, and oh no, I can see it now. The box is gone. Yeah, the sharing, the tapping away there. We do appreciate that because that is how we reach more and more like-minded people there like yourselves, getting more eyes and minds on the phenomena, so we can all piece this puzzle together there. But if you are just joining us, we are doing a live UFO UAP Skywatch, and these are the skies live over Wiltshire in the UK, which, if you know, is right in the heart of Crop Circle country and just down the road from Stonehenge. So a very ancient and mystical landscape here, a long history with the strange and anomalous. So these are the skies to watch there. And Amanda as well, thank you for feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom. Thanks,
and for the other gifts there. So it all goes back into the stream there. But yeah, if you're not following already, definitely do, because we do something like this every night. If it's a clear sky, we do a UFO UAP Skywatch. That's what they normally look like when the moon isn't buggering our night vision there. We do an alien radio signal hunt, or when it's cloudy, so we've got a big dish there, and we listen out for those distant faint radio signals, potentially from ET civilizations. And if the moon's up full and I can be bothered, we point it up there and we see all the craters, all the details, and talk about how weird some of those sightings have been. So hopefully you'll get those notifications when we go live there. And B, that makes a lot of sense, as I have just realized I haven't seen many flashes in the winter. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know any of this. In fact, I didn't really know that there were so many satellites. And when we first started doing this, and I pointed the camera up, and I got the settings sort of just right for it. Oh my God, I was blown away with like 14 objects on the screen just moving around. I'm like, oh my God, we've hit the mother lode. But we're learning as we're going, very much here. There, and the reptilian even followed her to a funeral to scare her. So how did she? Is it just like the face change, or so? Was it the taxi driver, or was she sharing a cab with that one? And Amanda sent a treasure box. Guys, do thank Amanda when you claim those coins there. And Sel, welcome aboard there. Where are you joining us from there? Do say hello. And Brad as well. Crazy how. Oh, I need to. Crazy how I'm just found the road from you, just down the road. Ah, yeah, not too far, actually, if I remember correctly. It's surprising. We've had a few people from this same little village come in, which I think is pretty cool. The best thing is to meet everybody and hear everybody's stories there. She occasionally shows her face, occasionally. And if you don't have the coins I've shared, oh, guys, remember to thank Amanda for that one as well there. Oh. And why don't we see space junk? So it's a good question. We do see some space junk. The thing is, it's all about, excuse me, how big and how far away it is there. So, because you've got to think this is all about reflective surfaces. So imagine this is a satellite, this square little remote control here, right? If it's like orbiting, right, see, oh, yes, you can see the flash of light. It hits my light there, see? Like, so as it's going to, every now and again, it'll catch it at the right angle, and you'll get that flash there. But what can also happen is if it's tumbling, right, so no flash, and then see the screen again, as it rotates there, it will get a flash as it hits the reflective side. There you go. And so if you're seeing like repeated flashing and stuff going along, it normally means the object is tumbling. So if it's a satellite, a communication satellite there, or communication satellite there, or spy satellite, they're designed to face one way. So the communication, the antennae is normally pointing down to Earth, so if it's rotating, it's tumbling and flashing, it's not doing its job. Its antennae is pointing the wrong damn way. So normally it's the space junk that rotates it, but it's got to be quite big if it's further away. And so normally space junk, like the rocket launch junk, is normally further out, and they're on weird orbits sometimes. So sometimes they're like too small to see relative, unless you've got better equipment. But they can be tracked. Some of the stuff we might be seeing is space junk, but because of the orbits of these satellites, it's much easier to just see the satellites. They're nice and consistent there. And Andre as well, thank you for the other gifts there. And Adam,
nom nom nom. Thank
you for feeding Alan. Let's have a look. Where are we in the chat there? So it was face changed and his forked tongue came out. Oh, I mean, one of the things, like, I'm open to it, but I hadn't seen a lot, and I've got no personal touch points on the whole reptilian thing. But the more I am hearing, the more I'm going, oh, maybe. But definitely from coming from the outside world, of not being down that rabbit hole, it is quite a bit of a jump. It needs to be warmed up. There needs to be a bit of foreplay before we get to those things like that. Oh, TB, let me see if I can approve that one. It's not meant to actually have the approval. It's meant to take you straight in, but for some reason, there we go. And there we go. Approve you there. Oh, wow. 101 members. That's crazy for a little channel there. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. That's 101 of you on the older Discord there. And Space Junk, because we can't see it above the firmament in orbit. Have you gone to the dark side there, Agent X there? And Vic as well, thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight there? There was a post about Space Junk and the amount of... Oh, there's that flash again. There we go. Interesting.
Anomalous object confirmed.
I like the sound of that. And there was a post about Space Junk and the amount that's supposed to be up there. So I was... Oh, there is a lot up there, but a lot of it is quite small. So most of it, and that's actually the more dangerous stuff because it's harder to track there. So I think there's like a minimum size that they can really track, but each one of them, they're like little bullets, because they're all basically falling to Earth in a big circle. They're same as the orbits that the satellites are in there. They're rushing around really, really fast at that speeds like that. So the tiny particles like that you don't know where they're coming from because they're too small to track. They're like bullets flying around up there. And there's something they actually talked about this recently. It's something that science has been worried about for a long time. It's called Kessler syndrome, but it's coming more prevalent with all these satellite constellations like Starlink and all the those internet ones now. There's so many of them up there. It's more of a risk. And what the idea of Kessler syndrome is that if you've got all the satellites, they're all basically fixed, but they're rotating all in their positions all around our atmosphere there. If one of them sort of disintegrates there and it turns into 1,000 little bits, and those 1,000 little bits, then one of them hits another satellite, which then disintegrates and becomes more 1,000. It's just a snowball effect that the more satellites then destroy more satellites, then destroy more satellites, and what will happen is all of low Earth orbit will be too dangerous. You wouldn't be able to shoot a rocket out through it because essentially it's like going through a hail of bullets. You'd have to wait for them all to eventually burn up, which could take 10 years, it could take 100 years. We would not be able to launch or maintain any satellites, and they're saying, look, there's a really big risk of that now because we've got these constellations. I think it was back in March when I last checked, it was 14,500 man-made satellites were in orbit, and I think 9,000 of those were Starlink. That's just one of the constellations, and there's a Chinese constellation going up there. You've got the Amazon one, and I think Starlink alone wants to go up to 40,000. So we've gone from relatively few to a lot now. It's very congested up there, so that risk is increasing there. I saw something weird when I was going to work at 6:10 this morning. It was a red light that we... Oh, I want to hear the rest of that one. And no worries, man. It's a good question. I love it there. Mikey, where are you joining us from tonight? Thank you for the follow there. And 101, well done, everyone. Lots of space. Oh, there is lots up there. Yeah, 101 of you on the Discord. Do appreciate that. It's a cool little community over there. And... stamp for the anomalous object there. If you need it, we can do that one. Anybody who's got a stream passport that needs their Skywatch or needs the anomalous object stamp there. Harko, if you're still in, you need that one. And the stream passports are these. These are little physical passports that we're doing, souvenirs for the stream. 12 tasks, and every time you complete a task, we stamp it off, we fill your details in there. And the tasks are like follow us on TikTok, follow us on Tubes, join us for a Skywatch, spot something anomalous there. And then what we do is, once it's complete, we post it off to you there. So Amanda, let's stamp you for your anomalous object one there. Let's do that. No, Andrew, I noticed. Sorry, there we go. Not Amanda. UFO. Well, hey, there we go. You only got 2 more to do now. You need to do the deep dive and the Patreon there. Have you already done the what's it called link, the free one? Because we don't want it to cost you. So if you remember to use the free one to do that one, and then it'll be this Friday coming. Will be our next deep dive. This next Friday coming there. I shared theories, even if I don't agree. And I think that's the right way to do it. And I'm not saying I don't agree. I'm just saying, like, you know, I need to be warmed up to certain areas there. And can you zoom in? So we can, but it's a digital zoom from this point, TB. So I'll show you the quality we can get. Let's go to this nice constant. Is this the Palladius up there?
Zoom mode activated.
So it's not an optical zoom, it's a digital one. So it's not the camera lens. It's actually just basically zooming in on the screen. Look at the colours of these ones here. Absolutely stunning there. And Adam?
Nom nom nom, thanks,
Thank you
guys.
for feeding Alan. The red light that was going like a circle. Oh, watch for 10 minutes. That is interesting. Do you think it was moving, or was it like a red light on an object, like a craft doing like a loop or something like that, like the Knight Rider, dun, 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 like that? But yeah, that's what the zoom is looking like there. Oh, what? Ah. TikTok, I hate TikTok. Gifting suspended because what is it there? Gifting to because leveraging personal financial needs or causes for gifts, which we're not doing. Thank you, TikTok. Oh well. Right. Anyway, the show must go on. Let's have a look. Where are we? Where were we in the chat? Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I wonder what that red light was there. And posted on the Discord today, a link, another set of astronauts being impacted by space. It's getting more common now, isn't it? And watch Professor Simon interview Patrick Jackson today. Oh, I think, yeah, have I seen that one? Because I see old Simon Holland doing that. Where are we? Ah, Amanda as well, yeah. You need one. Let's get your one stamped as well. And if you don't have a stream passport and you do want to start one, they're free. Just say passport in the chat. Oh, you've already got your UFO stamp. Say passport in the chat and we will get that one. You need a SETI stream. So next time we're doing the alien radio signal hunt there, let us know on that one and we'll give you a stamp there and we can set you up with a passport there. Battery is 59%, but lasts a week. TB, do you not? Let's rectify that crime, TB. Oh, God, it's been a while since I had to pick up new passports. Where are they? Ah, here they are. Here is my stack of undone passports. We sent off our first 5. So, TB. Oh, right. What's the date today? It is the 4th, isn't it? 4th. What about 2-6. Oh, your first 2-6. So we're going to give you. I assume you follow us here. Boom, and you did the Discord. Boom, and this is a Skywatch. There. So, Shooting Star, SETI, and obviously the Twitch and the YouTube and stuff like that as well. They need to know. But yeah, look, there you go. You're getting started there, TB. So Amanda, you needed. Let's have a quick look. Right, so the SETI stream, so the radio signal hunt stream, a Shooting Star, which we could get tonight, so keep an eye out there. Feeding Alan, but that only needs to be like one alien pet for that one. Yeah, the Patreon and the deep dive there, but you can use the free link. That's more than enough to do the Patreon one there. Just remember to cancel it. I think it does roll over into a free tier anyway, so, but yeah, do remember cancel it before the month though, but yeah, and then attend the deep dive, and we're going to be doing another deep dive this coming Friday, so hopefully you'll be able to get all those stamps on that, and then we can post it off there. Leanne coming in with the shares, do appreciate those shares and those likes, guys. Said helps us reach more and more like-minded people there, like yourselves there. On Patreon, why have I not noticed that one? Let's get you stamped for that one, Andrea, there. And have you been on the deep dives? Because this is the problem. I have a memory like a sieve. There, Andrea. Where are we? Andrea, no, it is. Yeah. Are you on a... I feel like I've seen... But I do lose track there. Well, I could definitely give you the Patreon stamp. And... well, they make their mind up with it, so I can, but they never approve it. They never approve it. It's just the, yeah, it's just the ineffectiveness of their, you know, if it was, I mean, we push the rules in other ways, you know, and I'm totally fine with that because, you know, that's an active choice. But when it's saying that we're doing something that we're not, it's just frustrating. there. And Beer, oh, let's have a check here, Beer. Let's have a look. What were you on? Let's have a look. No, that's not you. Where are we? In the bees. Let's have a look. So, a Beer Buster. Right. I do need to be manually reminded. Banana. Beer Buster. There we go. Right. Not enough desk space there. Oh, you can definitely get your Skywatch stamp. There you go. Yes, you've got a few to do. That one, the deep dives. Yeah, UFO, shooting star. Did you see the anomalous flashing? Because I can give you a stamp for that. And yeah, I always appeal it, but they never. It's already come back as not. Yeah, they never do my appeals. It's all their automated AI. And the red light was going in a circle, and my battery on my phone was at 50%. Then it died. Very, very interesting there. And no problems, TB. So again, that connection with the technology there may be draining it. You fed Alan. I need to be reminded. I'll give you the stamp for that one. But yeah, I need to be manually told. Where are we? Let's get your ones back out. Do the old passport admin. Need a producer for this. It means you're probably very close. Oh. Yeah, keep an eye out for a shooting star tonight. That's another one that you could get tonight. I'm sure you've been there for the SETI, but we need to. I need to normally see it on the when we're doing it live, because otherwise I just forget who's done what. So remind me in a second when I get the passports out again. Now, how to control dreams? Have you been on the deep dives though? I feel like you have, but I can't remember it there. Oh, gave you the wrong name for the Substack. I said my medium username. Oh, so Substack is Me Duck there. So do guys follow that one as well there. Vaguely. I've lost track, and my memory's like a sieve at the minute. There. Well, mine's already come back up as not approved. That's a problem. Yeah, I always hit approve to appeal it, and then it just comes back not approved there. If they could tell me specifically what it was, that'd be there. The red pixels, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's like there. Very, very faint. It's not like a clear, it's like a smudge there. Oh, release about Mount Shasta. Really? Very interesting. You saw the fact we can get that one stamped there. Oh, yes. God, let me get you stamped for that one then. Oh, have I done? I've pressed a button there. Go away. Yeah, I need to be reminded. Right. Let me stamp you for that one. Oh, well, actually, that's your last one. So we can... I can post you that. Message your address, not on TikTok, on the Patreon. There's a messaging thing there because it's much more secure, and we can get you your passport stamped. It's the ceremony where we fold the passport. Da, 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 da. There you go, another completed passport there. Well done. Who else have I not done there? Oh, Beer Buster, you saw the flashing. Let's get you that stamp for the anomalous object UFO. So, yeah, let me know on the shooting star if we spot one of them tonight. We can get you that one there. Oh, I can see a blue pixel on the top right. Well, I can't see it on here. I don't feel like I've seen the red pixel for yonks. I think the contrast, because it's still quite, that background is quite light with the moon tonight. That's your one, yeah. B, I've seen 2 flashes under the bottom left of those 4 stars in a row in a couple of minutes. Okay, right. 4 stars in a row. The bottom left. So here, yeah, okay, very interesting, because that's why I saw a flash earlier. And I think, if I've got my position right, this is the sort of area where we were seeing it previously. So, we said before, everything up there should be in motion. It should be moving, you know, it's in orbits. Even if it's not in orbit of our planet, it's in orbit of something else there as well. Thanks, Crook. And ask away any questions, we do love them. Yeah, everything should be in motion, should be moving there. So our satellites that we see, they move really, really fast across the screen. Nothing should be stationary in that same spot long enough to be flashing back with that delay that we are seeing, that we are observing there. So it is very, very anomalous. You know, you have geostationary satellites, but we've checked and they're not in this part of the sky. They have to be quite near the equator to maintain their geostationary orbit there. First trip to, Colorado and Utah. That does sound cool. If you are just joining us, guys, we are doing a live UFO UAP Skywatch tonight there. We are searching the skies live over Wiltshire, right in the heart of Crop Circle country, and just down the road from Stonehenge. So we're looking for the strange and anomalous in the night sky, and these are the skies to watch, for they have a interesting history, said with the weird and wonderful here. So let us know what you spot, and if you're new, do say hello. Let us know where you're all watching from as well. We love to hear from you there. And how do you feel about the UFO phenomena there? Are we all alone? Is life absolutely everywhere, or is it somewhere in between? Maybe life is quite abundant, but the distances are a bit too far there. Trying to save to go to Utah. I feel it. That probably wouldn't be a cheap one, would it? I don't think I could survive the flight now that long without, you know. And Scotty, what's your thoughts regarding the moon landing? I don't think we've landed on the moon there. And Mr. Sean. Oh, why are we having a bit of a sulk there? Sorry, guys, what's going on? It's still through on the camera, but that is... Sorry, I don't know what's going wrong there. So, Mr. Scotty is a meteor hunt. So we are doing a meteor hunt as well. Yes, it's a good point. I keep forgetting to mention that. We are in the midst of a meteor shower as well. So we've got to look for those shooting stars, because they are phenomenal when they come in there. But Scotty, brilliant question. So I'm... hold on. Coughing my life away. That's what I'm doing. So I'm of the more traditional camp there. I do think we've gone to the moon, and I also just want it to be true. But that being said, there are some very interesting arguments and questions that I do think need to be answered. I don't think it's crazy to not to think that, you know, we didn't go to the moon, or to ask the question there. There are some serious questions, I think, to be asked around it. I think I lean that way as it mostly is an emotional one. I just want it to be true. It's such a positive, exciting time for humanity, of man going to the moon and all of that there. And also there was some images as well recently from some of the other countries' orbiters, moon orbiters there, that were taking pictures of the ground. You can see the tracks, you can see the buggies, and like the frames from the LEM and stuff, but they could be faked, you know. And again, there are some very interesting arguments to be made around it. So it's a good question then. And Scotty, Buzz Aldrin speaks interestingly. Oh, he does. Yeah, he just speaks very, very interestingly. There's Neil. He was one of these very sort of straight-faced people. You would have thought he wouldn't spend much time talking about UFOs, would he? Apparently, he was very, very interested to it. And his first mission back after coming back from the moon, if they weren't, was actually to investigate a cave in South America where there is reportedly alien tablets or something in legend, gold tablets of aliens from aliens, something like that. There, he went on a quest, and also he was part of a group that very privately was looking into UFOs, UAPs, and he was interested in that after he got back from the moon. So a little bit more went on behind the scenes there. And Masha, ever seen a UFO? So yes, we do tend to see something strange most nights. Here, something that cannot be explained by satellites or shooting stars or airplanes or things like that. Now, what they are, that's the tricky bit. Now, they're definitely unidentified, but Are they ET flying around, going from A to B? We don't know. It's not clear. There. Could it be unidentified weather phenomena that we've not considered? Maybe, but I don't know. We've seen some interesting things that probably don't align with that. We've got some clips actually on our main TikTok page, so you can always check those out and click through to there. How about yourself there, Masha? Do you believe that it's possible maybe we're being visited, or do you think we're all alone? Mr. Sean as well, thank you for the follow and your awesome questions there as well. And Cutie Cat, how are you doing tonight? Where are you joining us from there? And Maya, it's evening, it's Baltica. It 100% is. I'm not looking forward to taking this because we are meant to be doing this on the road next week. So Tuesday we have penciled in, if it is a clear sky, we'll be doing this on top of one of the old Iron Age hill forts in town. And they are interesting because that is where there have been lots of historic UFO sightings. All the old school UFO Skywatch would go out there basically every night during the 60s and 70s and see the weird things. And we go up there whenever we get a chance. So Tuesday we're planning. Now if it's snowing, they'll be too cloudy to do it there, so we'll have to do something else instead. But if it's not, then we'll be freezing ourselves on top of the hill again. There. And so maybe that's why UFOs fly out of it, maybe. Oh, it just paid. Oh, thank you. It's not always necessary though, but thank you, appreciate that. So if you just on the messaging on the Patreon there, if you just put it in. Just as a message, it only comes through to me, so it's secure. That's why we do it on that one. I know access is secure there, and then I can just copy it from the message. So on Patreon, it depends actually. If you, when you registered, I think there's a tick box to say share your delivery details. A lot of people don't tick that one, but if you've shared them, then I can just take it from there, and that's all secure. If not, then you'll have to just message it over on the Patreon there, and I can get that one sent to you hopefully tomorrow there as well. And Scotty, me too. However, images seem very questionable, like the planet Mars. So yeah, and honestly, Scotty, like I wouldn't say I fully trusted NASA, but I was more on the lines of incompetence there. But I thought, what would be the point in them hiding anything there? But oh my god, how naive was I there? They manipulate so much there. Lots about the Mars stuff is questionable. So 100%. The CGI, definitely possible. I have heard some interesting things that people say, like, well, to have faked the moon landing, it would have actually been more of a challenge to pretend to do it. And I don't know how true that is, but when they've spoken about actually trying to fake some of these things, it did make a little bit of sense to it there. But you never know. Do I think that they had, at the very least, a backup video in case something went wrong? 100% there. Oh, my foot is cramping. That's not graceful there. And Cutie, hey, me and the cats are watching from London. I love it there. Say hello to the cats. What are their names? Alan says hello there to the cats there. Anyone had snow? Adam, I think a few people have there. Oh, cool, Andrea there, and I'll get that one sorted for you, hopefully off to you tomorrow. And Adam, they say it's meant to snow here in the week. I mean, yeah, it's Tuesday, I think, for us here. So, but we might get a sprinkling tonight. Maybe we'll see it land on the camera. Hopefully not. There. And Brad, ever heard of the base on Mars that was apparently an April Fool's joke by NASA in November? No, I haven't heard that one. I've heard about the old what's it called? Oh, my brain's gone dead. The face on Mars and the potential abandoned ruins and things like that. Oh, Pete! Hello, are you still in, Pete? Let's check the list. You are. Hello. You got work tomorrow. I know. Well, I've been back since Thursday, Friday. So you join the rest of us there. We was just talking about hopefully we're going to be doing something, aren't we, on Tuesday? So that Pete is our co-host for On Location there. He's here. Actually, Kayla and Cora, I love it there. And very, very welcome. Hoping my bins still get collected tomorrow. It's a lottery, isn't it? I have got a stack a mile high because it perfectly timed for us that 2 weeks in a row there was no bins or recycling collection. And there's nothing that will anger a middle-aged man more than his bins being slightly disrupted there. Like, they make us stick to limited number of sacks and do all the recycling things, and then they have the audacity to not collect it for 2 bloody weeks. They'll pay enough for the council tax. There'll be lots of star jumps on Tuesday. I'll probably be in a small grave, Pete, because I went up to that hill for New Year's. Thought we'd spend 10 minutes up there to watch the fireworks over the town. I thought that would be a novel thing to do, and that wasn't as cold as it is now. It was frozen solid up there. It was colder than when we were up there, and it's going to be colder again. Like 10 minutes up there, I was just gone. So yeah, there's going to be lots of star jumps, I think, there, unless it's snowing, and then it'll be too cloudy to do it. And Rio, I'm fed up with the snow now. Yeah, it's nice for about 10 seconds. Isn't it there? And it's not nice if you've actually got to do anything or drive anywhere. Give it a search. It's interesting, and defo doesn't add up. I hadn't heard of that one at all. If you come, because I have a good chance that I will forget totally when I come off the stream. So if you come across it again, tag us in it or something. But if not, I will try and check that one out. Did you? I just left the bins on the street until they come. The problem is we're the only white house on our street that doesn't have a wheelie bin because we've got no garden access. Everyone else has wheelie bins, so we're the only ones with bags. So it's a bit of a giveaway, everybody and the neighbours will know. But what they do here, and I got to admit, actually it's a pretty reasonable council that we have here. They fix potholes, they cut the grass, no complaints there. But what they do, and it really gets the American freedom coming out in me there, we have to apply barcodes to our bin bags. We get these stickers that are unique to our address, and we have a limited number of these stickers, and they're barcoded so they can trace our rubbish back to us, make sure we're not doing it wrong. And I'm like, you're barcoding my rubbish. That is full on 1984 there. Excellent, Andrea. Well, hopefully, I should be able to get that one off to you tomorrow, and I'll sneak off on my lunch and get that one over to you there. And they are normally pretty quick. I think everybody else has got theirs. Speaking of which, I haven't seen V in a while. I hope V's got hers as well. Has anybody heard from V? I hope she's okay. And yeah, hopefully it should get you maybe even by Tuesday. And I need a heated vest and the hand warmers. Yes, it's a bit late now because if it's going to be Tuesday, I wonder if I can Amazon some hand warmers very quickly. Let's have to ask Leanne there. Okay, very true. Nothing but earache off the missus. End up doing a tip run. Yeah, I need to do one of those as well. Can't wait for the snow. Otis is going to get lost in it. Oh, does he like the snow? It's always, isn't it, when like animals have never experienced the snow before, it's always adorable watching him trying to process sort of what it is. Absolute cuties there. And KO as well, thank you for the likes. Appreciate that. All of those likes and those shares, guys, they do help us reach more and more like-minded people there like yourselves. So the more eyes and minds we can get looking at the phenomena and sharing our experiences, so the more we can all piece this puzzle together there. It's actually been reasonably clear, and it's nowhere near as clear as it normally is. So this is what it normally looks like, guys. So many more stars and movement in the night sky. But is that moon's light buggering our night vision, but it's clear enough to see the strange and anomalous. Let me put a drink down, because just look how beautiful these colours are up here. Let me see if I can zoom in on this.
Zoom mode activated. Right,
if I go up here, you should all start to see this. Look at all of these, and all of the different colours, the purples, the reds, the oranges. Yeah, look at that. It's like gemstones spilt over a fabric there. Absolutely stunning. Never going to get bored of that one there. Hogwash, it's snowing here. And can we change the cursor? I've looked at it, Agent X. I've looked at it. It is possible. I tried to do it. It didn't work, sadly. And also, my work computer would then have a UFO as a cursor, which would be a right pain. And what's the small cluster? Below and to the right. So, I think that's the Pleiades. I think that one is. I think we've looked at that before. Oh yes, what stars were they? That was a really good one, and the way it was like it was giving you that typical sort of cross-shaped star. That was like absolute stunning. I've never caught an image like that. There. Oh, it is just the colours, isn't it? And it's just absolutely. And this is probably a 6 out of 10. When that moon is down on a clear winter night, oh my god, the amount that you see, it is just amazing. Oh, it's right. Thank you, Up. Appreciate that. That's and Alf as well there, and Leroy. I've just got your name, Leroy. Love that, Leroy Jenkins. You guys know. At least you lot know where we're pointing. There. And what time are you live streaming until tonight? So tonight it's going to be midnight. So we've got another 20 minutes left for us here, but we will be back on tomorrow, as we tend to be here most nights. So yeah, we're back on tomorrow, and. Yeah, when will we be on until... Yeah, I think it's going to be at 10 till midnight this week for most of them, except for Tuesday with Pete. It might be a little bit earlier there, because he has to drive. So yeah, I think most nights it's going to be 10 till midnight. If it's a clear sky, we're going to be doing this, the live Skywatch. And if it is cloudy, let's have a look for what's tomorrow's weather looking like. If it's cloudy, we'll be doing the alien radio signal hunt. So tomorrow is still looking clear. Nice. Tuesday is looking... Well, at least it doesn't look like it's snowing. It does look like it is raining now on Tuesday. Interesting. Let's have a look. Pleiades is where the star seeds are from. I knew that in the Pleiadians there. So I always do like it when we're actually physically pointing at something, either with our radio dish there listening for signals, or when we are pointing to these physical star systems going, well, this... Oh, look at that. Now, I imagine, guys, that isn't ET. I imagine that is a plane.
Zoom mode activated.
So let's not get too... But this... There we go. Let's get on flight radar just to confirm, because you know, if that's ET coming in for a crash, we don't want to miss it there. But let's get the old app up. No, don't worry, guys. That is Amsterdam to Buenos Aires. There, what plane is it? 777. So yeah, don't worry, guys. But that's what a plane looks like. It's quite distinctive, so it's quite easy to not get those confused. A little bit of interest on the stream there. But, yeah, where was we? Yeah, it's good to, when we're pointing, actually, at a star system that has a history. Oh, so-and-so is meant to be from there, etc. Rain and snow. Or just slush, then. There. That's the one, Adam. Yeah, you... we could have pretended, though. Drive the numbers up. No point in faking it. We had to see enough interesting stuff. We've already had the anomalous flashing there. Was it a plane or was it Superman? It was Super Alan. You saw it out sick bay window. Oh, look at the red on that one there. Look at it. Oh, it changes. As soon as I identify it, it's got to be the thickness of the atmosphere, our Earth's atmosphere there. It's just affecting those colours coming through. But every day these just go so red. Absolutely. The contrast with the purples, the reds, the greens, the whites there, oranges there. You debunked Robin Hood and then you got trolled. But his merry men were true. Don't take that away from me. And he was a fox, yes? Should we rotate the camera a little bit? 777's in. How are you doing? Hold your hats to spin the camera. Let's get it more central there. I don't think we've seen any shooting stars tonight. We saw loads last night, didn't we? Excuse me. Yeah, we're going to have a full week of wonderful activities. Oh, that was a red flash. I think that one was a pixel on the camera there, but not quite sure. Yeah, when we're pointing at these ones, and they've got those specific laws, you can say, look, this is the star system that X, Y, or Z is meant to have come from, or they talk about this crash. And something that I found was very, very interesting. Have any of you guys seen the alien interview video? And it's an alien, it's in the shadows there, and he's got like a little meter next to him here, and it's kind of a line going up like that, and he seems to have like a coughing fit, and then medics kind of come in and shine lights in his eye and try to give aid. Everyone seen that video? It was out in the mid-90s, I think it got released there. Associated, the guy that leaked it, his pseudonym was Victor. Have you seen that one? Well, I didn't know, but that apparent alien there was claimed to be real, and it's an interesting one because it does look very real. If it's an animatronic or a doll, it's a very good one because they've had effects artists go, look, there's no CGI on here, whatever that is, it's real. It could be a doll, and then the people that make all those dolls go, it's no doll we've made. There's no creases, there's no there's no details that are out of place. So it haven't been debunked there. Possibly, yeah. Alpha's well, man, excellent. It's an interesting one. In the Dark, that's it, Andrea. That's the one, yeah. So apparently that being, and I hadn't heard this part of it before, but he was part of I think they said his name was Orion. I don't know if that's an Earth name for it or whatever. But anyway, they said it was a being from Tau Ceti. Now, Tau Ceti was a star that we pointed our dish to specifically on one of our alien radio signal hunts. It's a very interesting star because it's only 11 light years away, so it's kind of on the same street as us in space terms there. But we know that it has multiple planets in its in that star's orbits, and those planets are in the habitable zone. And they're probably super Earths as well. So that's the one that was mentioned as well, Agent X there. So yeah, it's interesting because that was the star that we were pointing and monitoring for those radio signals there. So I do love it when the things that we're looking at actually do then tie in with potential, potential actual like UFO alien lore there. Your Jedi saver train, yeah. And and he struggles at the end. That's it. Yeah, they had to do something in the end as they couldn't breathe. Yeah, it's something like that. He was ill. It's an infection or something cardio related there. That was the one. And so it's a good video, or it's an interesting one. But yeah, that was apparently his being from the star system that we had been monitoring. You do wonder how much of it is all true there, because who was it talking about the? Oh God, what's it? Not J-Rod. There's a video going around. It's not an old one. It had a crash apparently, a recent crash. I think in the 80s, and that video is meant to be 91, so he'd been in captivity for a couple of years. The comments. That's true, actually. Yeah, it was that system. We had the awesome meteor shower at that period. But there's another video, and it's not J-Rod. There's another one, but it's a really clear video of just an ET in a well-lit room, just standing there blinking, and he was like the overlays, the grain effect is fake. They found all of those on Shutterstock, but they still can't prove the being itself isn't, an actual real thing. They can't prove that it's CGI or a doll or anything. It looks to be real, but it's a newer one. What was the name of it? Skinny Bob. That was it. I think it's Skinny Bob. Have you seen that footage there? Wonder how we fed him. Well, that's a good point. I mean, maybe there's just something that didn't agree with him properly. I mean, when we did that deep dive, didn't we, by the molecular biologist looking at the greys, saying that they don't eat solids. They have to have like an iron or a copper-rich broth or something. So maybe we've learnt that enough, at least, to keep them, reasonably alive. Watching a chap claims to time travel. Oh, I do like a bit of time travel. And theoretically possible. Didn't he become ill? Yeah, I think so, Cutie. I think that's the one. Yeah, so he was, they said like respiratory issue or something, maybe. But it's always amazing that they don't become ill immediately, that our atmosphere is close enough to habitable for them. And also they can function as well, because it would only take a little bit of gravity to be off in a little bit either way there, to kind of to struggle under our Earth's gravity. They wouldn't have the musculature or the skeleton for it. All those little subtle differences can have quite the effect. And that's why I very, very strongly believe that we are probably related. Whether it is in that time sense that they are us from the future,